I've always been interested in German history because I grew up in Germany. And my mother, I remember, told us that if you did not know about what the Nazis were all about, by the year of 1938, you should have known. That was the year when, in November, the Reichskristallnacht was happening. That is when Jewish houses, surgeries, synagogues were ransacked, burnt, destroyed, when books were burnt. And she said, if you did not know that, this should have been an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener for her because she was only 11 years old and she knew after that what the Nazis were all about. My father, interestingly, was Dutch. He was arrested by the Nazis twice. So I'd always been interested in the question of justice. What happened to the people who committed injustice? And when I moved to London many years later, I decided to write about it. I'd done the historical research and I decided to write it in the form of a novel. And in this novel, Max Hardenberg, who is a German judge, who retires in the year of 1990, he decides to go back the way he had traveled during the war when he was a young soldier in Hitler's army. He'd been to the Soviet Union. So in 1990, he goes back in order to see the places where he'd been, where he'd witnessed some atrocities committed by the SS. And actually, he manages to find one of the victims who he had freed by killing one of the SS officers who had raped her. And he finds this lady who now lives in Moscow. And by talking to her, he discovers for himself that actually a lot of justice had not been served. And he decides that justice needs to be done, that he will take action. And he does. He finds the SS perpetrators and he kills